Hi Amit, first can you confirm, am I audible? Great. So the first question is how to choose the data science course from Liverpool University, optional modules. So the first thing is you need to see what type of things you want to learn and what you are interested in, because there will be modules like computer vision or natural language processing or cloud related, big data related, or statistics related. So there can be a lot of different things. So what do you feel, which thing you are interested in, or something which you are not really good with, which you should learn? So let's say there is a statistics and you feel like you're lacking in statistics, so I think the good option would be to choose statistics. But if you know statistics quite well, then you can probably go for some advanced modules like computer vision or natural language processing or anything that they are offering, big data, it could be like that. So that should be the first step. You need to decide which module you feel like you should take. After that you need to see that what they are covering, because by just looking at the name of a particular module, it's really hard to tell whether this module would be good or not. Because in my when I was doing a master's from Newcastle University, there was this optional module called cloud computing. So I thought, yeah, it would be good. I looked at the course content and stuff. It felt like, yeah, this could be a very good module to take. But ultimately, the final project which I did, it was related to data analysis, and the data that was collected, it was collected from a cloud platform. So basically, we learned cloud data analysis instead of cloud computing. So I felt like that was a waste module for me. So I should have done better research. So it's better to reach out to your professors, whoever is the module leader, and ask them that what they are going to cover in that particular module and what type of projects will be there. So you need to decide based on that. Hey Roshan, hope you are doing good. Yes, you're audible. Okay, good to know. And I'm doing good, Rupa. Check the optional modules and clear me out which one is good for the professional world. So again, like I told you, it would be really hard for me to tell from the outside world to just look at the module and stuff. So yeah, you have to reach out to your professors and module leaders to ask about the particular module and the kind of projects that you will be doing. Hi Glenn, what's the time in UK now? So it's 12 p.m. So yeah, that's why I always say 12 p.m. GMT. So that there will be just one time which I can say, or else I will have to say uh, 12 p.m. GMT, and then I think India is, for now I think India is 5 point uh, like 5 hour 30 minute ahead. And during the summers, or maybe from March 29th or 26th, I don't know exactly, it will be 4.5 hour difference. So that's why I always say 12 p.m. GMT, because that is going to stay same. Most of the university doesn't provide sandwich here. For masters there is no sandwich here, I guess. There is placement here. So for bachelors, yes, they have, some universities have sandwiches, some don't. It's and if you can just clear a bit, are you asking for bachelors or for masters? Then probably I can comment a bit on this. How about the news wage rates increment? I think they are increasing the hourly wage or the minimum wage, whatever is that. So yes, that is there. I am really not very sure about the details about it, because I haven't read a very in-depth article about it. I was already really busy with my new role, because I'm getting to know a lot of people and just trying to understand. So I was just too busy with that, so I haven't looked at a lot of the things which are going on uh, around. But yeah, I did hear this thing quite briefly. So they might increase that, but in terms of data science salary stuff, I don't think it is going to make that huge of an impact, because it is very much dependent on the company whether they want to increase or not. Yes, they will certainly increase a bit, but I don't know how much increment they will give. So um, I'll see if I can find something useful or some very concrete uh, concrete article about it. So I will share that in the community section. Placement year masters in data science, yeah. So placement year, I think a lot of Russell Group universities are not providing uh, placement year, but I think non-Russell Group university, most of them are providing this. So there is no specific reason for this. The placement year is very helpful for those people who are just getting started in data science, or they are freshers, they don't really have too much experience, so they can use that particular year to gain some experience. um, Russell Group universities, they tend to have these connections with industry leaders, and they do quite a lot of research with them. So I think it's easy for people doing their masters from Russell Group University to find some internship or something. I mean, using easy word would be wrong here, but the chances of getting an internship in a partnered company increases quite a lot. So that is what I can say. So I think that is the reason why most of the Russell Group universities don't have placement here. um, yeah, and also if they provide placement here, I think they will be charging quite a lot of money. So I don't think most people will be willing to pay that much for placement here. So I think that is the only reason. There is no specific uh, deal breaker reason, I would say. What is the scenario for AI jobs after masters in UK? I won't say it's a tough question, but the thing is, it's a tricky question. So there are jobs, and but to be honest, the number of jobs coming in the market is reducing. So that is there. But then still there are quite a lot of jobs. But then the number of candidates which are coming in the market is also increasing. So the competition is really high. The market is really saturated. If you go on LinkedIn, if you search for a particular role, if you go on the job description page, and on LinkedIn they also show that how many people have applied. More often you will see that 100 plus or 200 plus people have applied for that particular role. So you see it's really very competitive. So if you are willing to fight in that market, and if you feel you are confident enough to be relevant in the market, I think it's totally fine. So yeah, that's there. But there are jobs like every month, no, not every month, but whenever I search for data science or data analytics courses on I have a video, actually I will share that video with you. Let me quickly grab a link and I will put it in the chat. I've recently made that video, so that should give you a good idea. Yeah, so I'll share this link. Can we add the placement year after the enrollment in the course? No, you cannot, because you have to mention that on your visa, and it has to be mentioned on your cash letter. So you have to make this uh, you have to make this decision before you get your visa. What will be the average salary during placement years, since it will be fresher? So I have a placement year is just like something where you can gain some experience and you will still be part of your course. So you can earn, there is no limit to that, so it can go around 40, 60 k pounds per year, so there is no limit to that. But for uh, yeah, but for freshers the salary starts from 25 to 30k, so that's what you can expect on an average. भाई जॉब लगवा दे, आई एम इन न्यू क्लास। मेरे हाथ में होता तो मैं लगवा देता, बट मैं तो क्या ही कर सकता हूँ। आई हैव शेयर्ड वन लिंक ऑन माई LinkedIn. So our team is looking for a data analyst, so you can probably use that link to apply. And if hiring manager is willing to give you a chance for an interview, then yeah, something could be happen. But it's not really in my hand. I have joined what, like a week or two before, so I still don't have full access to a lot of things. I've still applied for access and I'm still waiting to gain access, so that is there. But yeah, I understand. It's hard. It's a very competitive job market right now. It's kind of saturated, so I totally understand your situation. But yeah, that's what I can suggest. And yeah, all the best. I hope you find something relevant very soon. Is it good to have a placement here for fresher? Yes, I would say it would be a good option. It just gives you another year, I would say, to find a relevant job. So yeah, for fresher, it is good to have a placement here. Will the situation improve in 24 September? It's again very hard thing to say whether things will improve or not. It totally depends on how things are going around the world. Still, the whole global economy is looking to have a downward trajectory. Bigger banks are just collapsing, and this Russia-Ukraine war is just never-ending war. So that is going on. Everything is getting really expensive. So things are not looking good, but we still have like almost 2 years. So hopefully things will improve, but I can't really say for sure. Are there more jobs in London compared to Newcastle? Yes, definitely. London is the biggest city in the UK, so definitely there are lots and lots of jobs in London as compared to Newcastle. You're welcome. Any other questions? It was quite sunny just like 15-20 minutes before, and now it's like completely cloudy. The sun was literally on my face, and now it feels like it will start raining. Bro, which are you from? Newcastle University, Northampton. I'm from Newcastle University. Is coming for business analytics worth or not? Northumbria University. Mm, I'll have to look into the course content, whether the course content is uh, good or not, because a lot of universities they provide almost similar course which one should provide in data analytics, and they cover the same thing uh, in business analytics, so that is there. But uh, yeah, so I'll have to look into the course content of Northumbria University. In general, I think the university is good, so yeah, that is there. I have Tatiana for my dissertation is a good. I don't really have any idea about, because she did not take any module for us, and what's the specialization I don't know. So yeah, that's there. But most of the professors are really helpful. They do provide you quite a lot of resources when you ask them. They do tell you in which direction to move. So yeah, I think that should be, it should be helpful. Who was there for you? My I did my dissertation under Nick Palmerini, and he is not part of School of Computing. I did my internship, so I took my internship as my dissertation. So he is a director of uh, health and something. Oh yeah, health and aging department. So he is a director of health and aging department, and I did my internship slash dissertation under him. So he was my supervisor. I'm afraid of interview. How should I overcome it? I behave like I am stammered. I totally understand that. When the thing is, I mean, it's very easy for me to say that we need to control our nerves, we need to have control over our pulses. It's very easy to say, but I know it's really hard. But what I would suggest is, when you're going for an interview, the interviewer sometimes they are equally nervous. So if you think about their situation, you will feel like, okay, fine, they are also feeling something like that, so it should not be a problem. So that is something which helps. The next thing is, you need to think about the worst case scenario. In worst case scenario, what will happen? Uh, they will not move you further in the round, and they will just say no, that's all. That is the worst case scenario, I guess. So if you think about it, and if you feel like I'm really nervous, I won't be able to speak properly, I won't be able to answer the questions, I think you will end up making those mistakes even though you don't want to. And if you know about this thing, when you learn to drive a car, the instructor always says that don't think about hitting the barrier, because if you think about that, you will hit the barrier. It works the same way for interview as well. So if you think about, I don't want to make this mistake, I don't want to make that mistake, you end up making those mistakes. So instead of that, what I would suggest is, just have faith in you, and just feel like, yes, I know uh, everything. But saying I know everything would be foolish, because there are a lot of things that we don't know. But then having confidence in yourself will definitely help. So try to look at job description, try to look at the profile of the interviewers, what they're specialized in, and try to brush up on those concepts. That will definitely give you some confidence for your interview. So I think these are the things which might help you. But again, I totally understand. it is hard, and when you're going for an interview, your pulses just go out of control. I've been to like so many interviews, and still sometimes I feel like there is one question, and then I'll be like, what could be the answer, what could be the answer, and when they will move on to the next question, I feel like, oh, that could be the answer of that question, and that could have been a very good solution for that particular problem. So it happens with me, and you can always at the end of the interview, you can always go back to a specific question which you feel like, yes, now you recall that, you can answer that question. So it's totally fine, because in the heat of the conversation, or in the heat of the interview, you sometimes just forget about few things, and yeah, that is totally fine. So you don't really have to worry about those kind of things, but I hope these things help. Can I learn data science after learning web development? You surely can. I learned web development first, and after that I decided to move to data science, so yes, you surely can. How is University of Limerick in Ireland? I got offer letter in business analytics. Why you wear cap? Oh, so like I told you, like 15-20 minutes before, it was quite sunny, and the sun was literally on my face, so it was kind of hurting my eye. But now it is kind of cloudy. But again, the clouds are just passing, so I don't know when the sun might come again. So it's just because of that. Yeah, so how is University of Limerick in Ireland? I got offer letter for business analytics. University of Limerick, I don't remember exactly, but then I think I had applied for data science or maybe data analytics course at University of Limerick. It's a popular university for sure, and there aren't a lot of universities in Ireland, uh, so that is there. But this is one of the popular ones. So, and I think Limerick is considered to be as one of the biggest cities, so I think that is also something which you can consider. But yeah, overall I think the university is good. I don't know anything about the course content or things like that, so I can't really comment on that. But I think overall the university is good. If we are having 9 to 5 job, how many hours daily should we spend to learn data science, and for how many months? Um, so again, this is something which is very subjective. Some people might need more time. Some people can probably learn things in a relatively faster way. So there is no one uh, one threshold which I could say. But if I if I say, if you can put like maybe 2 hours every day, I think 2 hours is more. If you just put 1 hour every day, and on weekends probably you can go for like 3 to 4 hours, uh, then I think you will be able to cover lot of concepts in 6 to 7 months. And after that you can give how much ever time you want in your personal projects to build your profile. So I think overall, if I have to say, 7 to 9 months should be enough to learn data science along with your portfolio. But again, it very much depends on individual, like I said. Is there any chance of getting sponsored job after master's? So the simple answer is yes. There are chances of getting sponsored job after masters. Does UK companies enter in India for job market? Does UK companies enter in India for job market? I did not understand the question. There are a lot of UK companies, maybe not the UK companies, but the companies which have branches in UK, they have branches in India as well. So the company where I'm working, Stanley Black and Decker, it's a US company. They have a huge branch in the UK, and they have their branches in India as well. So yeah, they do look for people from Indian job market as well. If that was your question, why you wear cap, please tell. Didn't I tell you? I said like 15-20 minutes before when I started this live stream, it was quite sunny and the sun was already on my face. So uh, just to keep the sunlight away from my eyes, it was just blinding me. So I put on a cap, but now it has become cloudy. But then the clouds are moving, so there's chances that the sun might come again. So I'm wearing cap. Can we do MSc after BTech in data science? Yes, you sure can. How is job market in UK and Ireland, mostly for data jobs? Uh, so I have posted the link earlier, and I hope this is the link. I'm posting it again. So I've discussed about a data science job market in the UK. You can watch this video, and I think similar kind of scenario will be there in Ireland as well. Relatively less jobs as compared to UK, because UK is relatively bigger than Ireland. So that's there. How is University of Leeds for masters? It's a good university. The course content is good, and overall their reputation is really good. And Leeds as a city to live in is a good one. Not too expensive, not too cheap, somewhere in the middle. So yeah, it has a balance of both the worlds. You get all the things relatively easily. So yeah, learning data structures like list, stacks, queue, tree, graph help in data science projects. Mm, so when you are in a research, there are two different phases of data science projects. One is the research phase, and the next one is the production phase. So in research phase, you try to see which algorithm is doing good, and whether you should choose, for example, random forest, XGBoost, KNN, linear regression, if it's a classification problem, logistic regression. So those kind of algorithms. So you try to see which algorithm is working well for your use case, and then also you try to see which parameters are the best parameters for a particular algorithm. So those things you do in your research phase, and in that phase you don't really need uh, lot of complex data structures like queue, tree, graph, stack. So that is there. But when it comes to production, it's not like you have to know all these concepts. The production part is mostly related to software engineering. So that's when you might need to know these concepts. And I'm saying might is because a lot of companies, they do have their own software development team, and they take care of all the productionization of your models. You just assist them, and you just tell them that yeah, I need these parameters, I need these particular packages, I need these particular frameworks, and they do all the things for you. So in that case you don't really need that much data structure. But if you have to do all the things, if you have to keep the quality of the software, and you have to make sure that the algorithm is making predictions in not and it is not taking too long to make those predictions, in that case yes, you need to know these complex data structures. Hello, can we do an internship while doing masters in data science at Newcastle University? I mean, if the internship is in another city, coming to Newcastle this September. If your internship is remote, then you certainly can do it. But if you need to go to office every now and then it might get a little hectic. But then you can always talk to your manager, and you can go on those days when you don't have classes, so you can manage in that way for sure. And you can definitely take train does not take much time, but also you need to keep in mind that train is the most expensive means of transport in the UK, and most often they have so many type of strikes and stuff, so you might not find trains at a particular time. You might want to use flight, but only if you have to go to, let's say, London or somewhere little far. So that is something you need to consider. Best resource to learn Python. uh, I would say YouTube, because I learned from YouTube. There are a lot of uh, channels. When I started learning Python, I think I learned from Sendisk's channel, and yeah, I think it was that channel. But now there are lots and lots of channels which are making these Python tutorials. So all you have to do is probably Python for data science or simply Python tutorials, and you will be able to find something very useful. And how is Queen Mary Big Data Science course is spending 29 lakh is worth? Mm, yeah, it's a lot of money. In terms of course content, university, everything is really good. It is in London, so location is good too. One of my uh, one of a friend, he is doing his masters from Queen Mary University, so he seemed to have positive impression so far. Is it worth? Again, it totally depends on your spending capacity. If you feel like spending 29 lakh wouldn't be a huge dent on your wallet, I think, yeah, it is fine, because like I always say, Russell Group universities, they do have lot of tie-ups with bigger companies, and they do quite a lot of saying tie-ups would be a wrong will give you a wrong impression. So I should say they do quite a lot of research in collaboration with bigger companies. So there will be chances of getting an internship in those companies, and sometimes professors also come across lot of various opportunities. So if I just give you an example, the company where I'm working, Stanley Black and Decker, here it is located in Spennymoor, which is a little bit ahead from Durham, but very close to Durham. So we sometimes take projects here and there from, or we give projects to Durham University, and the students from Durham University can work on those projects, and it will be like a placement, or it can be like a internship. So just like that, a lot of other universities do work with a lot of companies. So if you tell your professor that I want to work on something like that, they will tell you. So that's when I think the Russell Group universities shine. But then again, you can get similar results from affordable universities as well. So if you don't really want to spend that much money, it's totally fine. But yeah, that little edge that you get from Russell Group University, I think it's fine. How is UK market for finance job? Are you asking about accounting and things like that? If you're asking about that, I don't really have any idea. Uh, how's that job market doing? Does company pays our living cost while we are working through the company? Living cost? They pay you your salary, I think. That is what the living cost is. What are you asking about the transportation? or something? I mean, if you could be a little more specific about this, I can probably answer this, but I didn't quite catch your question. As of now, I got three office, uh, I guess offers: Cardiff University Data Science and Analytics, University of Exeter Data Science with AI, City University of London AI. Which university is best in terms of placement? So there is nothing called as uh, placement. There is placement here, which is a completely different concept, but there is nothing as placement here in the UK. You have to apply on your own, you have to find a job on your own. um, so that's there. But if I have to pick one from those, I would pick University of Exeter Data Science and AI course. How is University of Bath for MSc Data Science? It is one of the best universities for data science. The course content is amazing. So yeah, you can certainly consider University of Bath. Can we do MSc in data science side by side while doing jobs in data science? If you are able to find a job, yes, definitely you can do it. And if you are asking for part-time MSc data science, so yes, that option is also available. Which university is best in terms of after masters PhD? If you want to do PhD, Cardiff or Exeter would be a good option. I think City University of London is also fine. They also have quite a lot of PhD openings. So yeah, if you want to do PhD, the only important thing is you have to have a good score in your masters, and if possible, publish at least one paper, so that will make your profile really good. MSc Business Analytics versus Data Science. If I have to pick, I will always pick Data Science. Any insights on how to get into premium universities such as Imperial? First thing, you need to have a good bank balance for that, or the appetite to pay that much fees. Next is to have a very, if you are a fresher, you have to have very exceptional grades in your bachelor's. If you are experienced one, then you need to have experience in the relevant field, at least 3 to 4 years of experience, or maybe more. So those are the few things which you need to focus on to get into those universities. And also, if you could, if you don't have relevant experience, then you could show them the kind of projects that you have done on your own, and also your SOP and your academic resume, they matter a lot. So try to do best in those departments as well. I want to do masters in UK data science from this year September. Can you please tell me what should I learn before going to UK? I have a dedicated video on this, so let me quickly um, grab a link. So this is the link to that video. This should help. Does companies allow permanent jobs as we are senior data scientist? And also, what about salary? Will they pay more? Yeah, if you are applying for a senior role, there are chances that you might get sponsorship. Salary will definitely be higher. So those are the benefits of applying for a senior role. But that's why I said they might sponsor your visa. There are chances they still want you to be uh, on a graduate visa. So that is there, but the chances definitely increase of getting a sponsorship job when you have experience and when you apply for some senior roles. Is it worth coming to UK for data science? I am also taking loan for my education. So again, I always correct this question in all live streams. Um, I think the correct question here should be: is it risky to come at this time in the UK for masters? So the answer would be yes, it would be risky. But your question is it worth coming to UK for data science? I think the answer is still um, yes, if you are able to tackle that risky part and if you are able to find a job after your masters, then definitely it is worth doing your masters from the UK, because it's not just about uh, making money and earning. You learn a lot, you develop yourself a lot in professionally and also professionally, personally and professionally. So yeah, in my opinion it is totally worth, but yes, at the same time it is risky as well. I received cash email from university MSc Big Data Analytics course. Congrats, Aksha. I think now you can probably start your visa process. So yeah, all the best for that. How to write good SOP? How to write good SOP? There are few key points. Again, I might be having SOP video on my channel, so let me just quickly check if I have. If I don't, then I will probably give you the answer. Yes, I do have. So this is the video about SOP, but if you still have any specific questions, you can always ask. You're welcome, Varun. I'm doing good, Ayush. How about you? I am asking that does company allow free to live in UK as we are working there? Company take, so they don't take any responsibility, but they do offer you a salary, of course. They do offer you health insurance, and they do offer you some sort of pension scheme. So you get those kind of things from the company, but you have to pay your rent, you have to pay your travel expenses. Some companies do cover travel expenses as well. So that is there. You have to pay for your own food and stuff. So yeah, those things you have to pay on your own. Do you have any idea what will be approx cost of 1 year except university fee in terms of living cost as well as part-time job? uh, this is university of etc. So if I talk generally, I mean, if you are living in university accommodation, I think you will be paying somewhere around 100 to 200 pounds per week as rent, depending on what type of accommodation you are taking, whether you're taking uh, normal room, you're taking ensuite, or you're taking a studio. So depending on that, it can vary. So that is something that you can consider. So it ranges from 400 to 800 pounds per month for your rent. Part-time job is, again, it starts from 10 pounds per hour, so you can work for 20 hours. So that way you can calculate that, and it is totally possible to earn enough to support yourself in terms of living expense. So that is there, but also make sure that you don't spend too much time in part-time job, and you take a hit on your course, because I think that should be the ultimate goal, to do good in your masters and ultimately find a job in a relevant field. Good source to learn data science. Again, on YouTube there are so many playlists and tutorials. You can watch that. But if you're willing to pay little money, Udemy can be a very good place to build a strong foundation. Apart from that, if you want to spend a little more, I think iNeuron courses are good, which costs around 3000 Indian rupees, I guess, or 3500, something like that. So that is there, but I won't suggest spending more than that on any course. So yeah, if your plan is to go for masters. Question: my Newcastle applicant dashboard shows decision await. Should I mail them about it or wait some time for their admission decision? Hmm, I think you should mail them and ask, because there is no harm in asking. They should tell you something about it, and yeah, you might be able to get some information out of it. So you should definitely email them. What's your name? So my name is Roshan. Which university have you applied and received your... Okay, that is for Akshay. Does every university take pre-cash credibility interview? So no, not every university, or I should say yes, every university take that interview, but not for all the candidates. So it's like randomly they might pick someone or some people to interview, and also it can be very much dependent on what type of background you have. And if it's like completely different and you want to do your masters in data science, then they might ask, why do you want to switch your domain so drastically? YouTube channels or Udemy instructors for data science? I want to learn data science only just for MS. In that case, I think you should be fine with YouTube. But on YouTube, the only problem is, if you have any queries, if you have any doubts related to a particular concept, it's hard to get any reply from those content creators. So that's when I think Udemy or iNeuron comes into picture, because there you have some sort of support from your educator, and you can get some help. So yeah, you can start with YouTube tutorials. And if you feel like you're stuck and uh, you're not able to learn, or if you feel like you're not able to progress with a proper speed, in that case you can probably look into other options. Has anyone here had credibility interview or precast interview for any university? Can you ask people in the stream, Roshan? And did you have it too? So yeah, anyone here, if you had any credibility interview from any university, please do let us know in the chat. And as for me, no, I didn't have any interview of this sort. So in the live session, you said that for Swansea University Master Advanced Computer, you will research is Wales is good or not. So Wales is again fine. There is nothing wrong with Wales. It's not like those main cities. I mean, Cardiff is a relatively big city. There are so many companies there. So don't get me wrong. Uh, but yeah, of course, if you compare it with London and or probably Manchester, it's not of that level. But don't worry about that. You can always do your course from Wales or any other city, and you can apply for jobs in any other city. So that is totally fine. As for the computer science course from Swansea University, so no, I could not look into that. So I will do it right now. So just bear with me. So I think they are covering IT security, where they are covering cryptography and network security. So certainly for a computer science, that's a good thing to know. Security, vulnerability, blockchain, big data and data mining, data visualization, advanced topics like AI, mm, human computer interaction, web application, software testing, logic in computer science, hardware devices, network and wireless security. And they have quite a lot of optional modules as well. Information security, critical system, human centric, big data, web. Okay, so some modules are optional in the module which they have mentioned above. So I think the course that they are offering for computer science, because computer science is a uh, very vast field. You can literally do network security, you can do robotics, you can do software development, you can do machine learning and AI, and they are covering almost all sorts of topics. So if you want to specialize in certain things, you can certainly do that with that computer science course. So it looks to be a very good course to me. Are MSc in computer science slash data science jobs more in demand than civil mech management jobs in the UK? So yes, and maybe no. um, Civil jobs is because it's a developed country, so they might get some construction projects or designing uh, projects here and there, but it's less. But if you simply compare it with IT jobs, yes, definitely IT jobs are more as compared to civil and mechanical. But if you really are into those things, then you can definitely find something of your choice. How's your job going, Roshan? Are you liking the work? What tools are you using in your work here at Stanley? So, yes, I am liking it so far. It's been just 2 weeks now. So, I'm still trying to figure out what type of data we have, where we have, how it is being collected, how to store them properly, and what are the future plans. So, things like that. And yeah, I'm meeting a lot of people, getting to know them and what they are doing. They're always very helpful, they're always very uh, kind to tell me whatever they know. So yeah, so far I'm really enjoying what tools I'm using. It's for now it's mainly Python and its packages and Power BI, because most of the dashboard which is being made, all of them are on Power BI. So yeah, but mostly it will be text analysis and NLP sort of thing. Is Harvard University good for data science? Yes, it is a good university. I had my credibility interview this with Harvard University this week. Apparently, they take credibility interview with every offer holders. They have made it mandatory. That's fine, I guess. If they want to conduct some sort of interview, it's fine, and it's totally university's choice. If they want to do with everyone, they can certainly do it. Thank you. I am interested in IT jobs only, but I have heard somewhere that for civil and mechanical management, UK is better for mechanical management. UK is better for IT job. US is better, but my visa rejected for US unfortunately. US is US is literally a place where all the tech giants are there. So certainly you will have much more number of jobs in US, and you can't really compare US with UK because UK is literally this much in when we compare it with the US. US is like really big. So that is there. So I totally agree with you. Um, but if you talk about mechanical job, I think Germany is the best place for that. Civil, I'm not really sure. Probably UAE or somewhere. Civil jobs would be really popular, so that is there. UK is financial hub, so I am assuming that finance related jobs uh, would be quite popular in the UK. But yeah, if you just compare civil and mechanical management jobs with IT jobs, I think IT jobs are much more in abundance if we compare about them with those. Can you find part time in Wales for my living expense? Yes, you should be able to find, because Newcastle is considered as one of the smallest cities, but still here a lot of my batchmates they were doing part-time jobs. So I don't see any reason to not find a part-time job in Wales. So I think you should be able to. Yeah, it's a good way to know a candidate too. Though they were also pitching their university a lot in the interview. Everyone does that. They just like to talk about their university a lot, so they do it all the time. And I think they probably would have done that. Yo, my phone yeah, so I think they would have done this this year because government says that you have to be, you need to make sure that you're taking a serious students and all those kind of things. So they probably would have uh, added one more layer in the admission process, and probably in future more and more universities will follow. So I think it will be very common to have these kind of credibility interviews. You're welcome, Raghumandra. By the way, did you have any visa interview? Do they have any visa interview when you apply for your student visa? No, I didn't have any interview, but yeah, people do get some interview, some visa interviews, so you can prepare. But then, if you are a serious candidate, I think you should not uh, face any problems. All they ask is, why do you want to do this particular course, why this particular university, why do you want to go to UK, why aren't you doing this course in India, do you have proper financial support, how are you supporting yourself financially, and are there any plans of you coming back once you finish your masters. So they do ask these kind of questions, so these are just general questions, and nothing really complex. City University of London really provides co-op in deep mind in AI course. Is it like after co-op in deep mind, what is the ratio to be permanent in deep mind as of now for international students? I have no idea about the ratio or percentage or anything. I didn't even know that they have something with DeepMind. So I think the best place to ask this question would be to ask the students of the previous students of City University of London. So probably reach out to them on LinkedIn and ask them this question, and they will be able to give you a better answer for this. In which situation we have to apply for graduate visa? So um, your student visa will be valid for 1 year 6 months. If you are able to find a sponsored job, in that case you don't have to apply for graduate visa. But if you're not able to find your sponsored job or a sponsorship from any company, you will have to apply for a graduate visa before the end of your student visa. It is actually written in their course module. Is it really true? Do you know anyone there? I don't know anyone. I don't know anyone in City University of London. And last year when I applied for AI course and data science course in City University of London, they didn't have anything of this sort. So probably they would have introduced it recently. So I don't know much about it, and yeah, so probably you can reach out to anyone on LinkedIn. How can we know which university conducts what assessments for their module, as it's not clearly written on the university course page? Also, how much DSA algorithm are used in data science, and especially in MSc data science course? So the answer for your first question is Some universities, they do provide PDF. So in that PDF you can go and look into each module and see how they are assessing those modules. But in general, most of the universities, they do provide an outline that uh, they assess students purely based on coursework. Some universities conduct mix of both, so those kind of information you can find. But very specific information, yes, they won't provide on the website. But if they have any kind of PDF uploaded on their website, then in that you might be able to find something. And how much DSA and algorithm is needed. So for master's course, you don't really need DSA and algorithm, but it's good to have some knowledge for interview purpose, for job interview purpose. Does university support for placement? So they do help you in building your profile, like how to maintain or how to develop your LinkedIn profile, GitHub profile. They help you with your resume. They help you with interview. But for interview, they help you with very general questions like, tell me about yourself, why do you want to take this job, and something like that. But if you are able to find some technical people from the relevant domain like data science something in the university, they might help you with technical interviews as well. So these are the kind of support university provide for you to get placed. But to find a particular job, you will have to look for it on your own. We are well over 1 hour now, and yeah, I have answered quite a lot of questions today. So now I will end this stream, and I'll see you guys. Okay, this last question. When we have completed our 180 credit in our MSc course, can we still study other optional modules that are mentioned on the course? In Newcastle University, you certainly can. You can take additional modules, and you can tell them that I don't want to be assessed on these modules. I just want this module content, and I want to learn something. So you certainly can take additional modules, and I think the same provision will be there for other universities as well. Can you find consultancies for jobs in the UK? Yes, you can find. There are lots of consultancies you can find online and on LinkedIn as well. You're welcome, Barun. Do you know someone who got IELTS waiver? It is very university dependent. So some universities uh, do give IELTS waiver, and some universities they just make it mandatory. And I think moving forward, most of the universities will make it mandatory, um, just for having that security and the force that government is applying on universities to have more serious students. So I think moving forward, almost all the universities will ask IELTS as well. You're welcome, Glenn. Thank you for your information. Really appreciate. Have a nice weekend. You too, Ayush. And yeah, everyone have a wonderful weekend. And I will see you guys next Saturday, 12 p.m. GMT. Bye, everyone.